Hey, it's Alan from Hack Gadgets here. Got a few emails from some people that saw the little rig here that allows the camera and camcorder to be hooked up to one system, and was just curious how it worked out and whatever, because I made this a day before CES to allow me not to have a camera strapped around and banging around. And you know what? It actually worked out really good. What I normally do is just basically take the camera and the tripod folds up and I can walk around and have everything right here. If I want to put it down for a second, I can just, pop it down, I can walk away. So it works out really good. And what I found is, so if you want to get eye level, it has the little quick thing here. And basically in a few seconds you're ready to move around. And, it's super convenient to, be able to snap some pictures as you're going. Instead of, taking pictures later, you can just snap them right off the bat. Now the one thing that I didn't do the first day that was kind of a pain in the ass, and I did it for the second day and I'm going to do it again today, is actually take a bit of time and align where the two cameras are looking. Because what I ended up doing is I was filming something and then I would take a look and the camera was off a little bit, so I would sort of just tip it a little bit, take the picture. The video is still okay, but just moved slightly over just to take the ideal picture, because I didn't want to spend another 10 or 15 minutes crawling all over the booth or whatever it is, snapping pictures. But now what I've done is basically just converge them so that the camera sees the same thing as the camcorder. Of course, you sort of have to zoom and whatever else separately, but it works pretty good. Now, this is all being taken with the built-in microphone in the camcorder, and everything I've done, well, pretty much everything I've done, has been using this cable here, which is just basically slung across here, and it's worked out fine. Let me find the zoom here. So this is the Zoom H1 handy recorder. I'll put it in front of the camera so you can see. And so this guy here, I'll take a picture of it. So this guy here has worked out really well. It takes a single AA battery. There's the multifunction, taking a picture as we go, and runs all day on a single battery. Now you have some volume controls here, so I have a input level and I have a volume level. So basically what I found is if you're in the show, you actually have to adjust these volume levels depending on where you are, because a lot of areas are super loud, a lot of areas are quite quiet. So there's actually a screen on here. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a screen, and basically I'll turn some levels down. So this is the input side, so I can turn it down to, and what I found is 45, 45 for the input and output. So here's the other side, so I can press this button on this side and turn that down. So 45, 45 worked out to be about the best to cancel out the background noise and still get a good nice high but not peaking volume using the microphone. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll plug this in, and you can see the difference in sound quality. I think it's pretty good. And this is also fairly convenient. You can just a couple of wraps of the cord. And basically you just plug it into the line out here, and you're good to go. So the last thing I have to do is just basically plug the microphone into the camera, and it should, I think, switch automatically. Check, 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 test, test, test. Okay, so this is the sound from the microphone, and it's quite directional. Like if I point it over here, I'm sure the audio has changed a lot compared to pointing directly at me. And what I found is, somewhere in about the 6 to a foot area is optimal. What I normally do is tell people, not to eat the mic, because then it peaks out and it doesn't sound very good. 6 inches is fine, a foot is fine. And for one of the demonstrations, the person needed to use both of their hands. So we just sort of put it, off camera down on the table, and it was probably about this distance, which is maybe about 2.5 feet away. And let me just tip this down. and that worked out fine. It caught most of it. It caught some background noise because it wasn't always, you know, optimal like you can get if you're holding it with your hands, but it wasn't so bad. Take a couple more pictures. Okay, so that's the rig, and worked out great. It was super easy to carry around. If you need to put it down for a second, you're not like, you know, well, for me, I'm not worried about, you know, putting a camera down and having somebody kick it, because, you know, sitting on a tripod, people are pretty, you know, cautious when they're walking around, something like that. So yeah, thumbs up on the rig. I got some improvements if I do this again next year. I got some improvements in mind, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll talk to you later. More videos to come.